lead over the Dallas Cowboys here in Week 14. One of the techniques that teams use to try and defense Randall Cunningham because of his scrambling ability is called a spy technique. Now, the Cowboys are using that same thing. We've got a pretty good example of how they go about it.
Yeah, they're taking a linebacker in some cases, especially in the nickel, or when they bring in 5 defensive backs and take out a linebacker, they'll use either a back or a linebacker, and what he'll do is get in front of Cunningham, and when he goes to the left, he goes to the left, and to the right, and vice versa, and they follow him all the way. I want to show you. Notice that in this sequence here, you're going to notice 54, Jesse Solomon, and notice that Bates, the free safety, will both take a bead on Cunningham. Watch how they react to Cunningham. Cunningham in the shotgun. Now you notice Solomon, 54 to your right. He's easing up. Bates to his left. He's easing up. Actually, Bates, when he sees his man block, his back block, then he comes back inside and he doubles with Solomon. Cunningham. Notice that. No way Cunningham can run with the football up the middle with a guy spying him. That's why it's designed. That's why it's called a spy.
Called a spy technique. We even saw a couple of weeks ago here the Minnesota Vikings use Al Noga, a defensive end who lined up at a nose tackle spot. He became the spy. So different people for the same purpose. Cunningham at halftime, 10 of 18 for 95 yards. Troy Aikman, 6 of 14 for 58 so far. Cunningham has thrown the 1 touchdown, his 18th of the year. Aikman, neither quarterback has thrown an interception so far. As a matter of fact, no turnovers in the ball game, no fumbles lost. We've had, of course, the blocked kicks. Randall Cunningham, who has posted modest numbers this season, and in part that's because of the emphasis on the running game that Buddy Ryan and Ted Plum have designated as important for Philadelphia. Cowboys will kick off to open the second half. Luis Zendejas, who has a 47-yard field goal, the only Cowboy point so far. Mark Hicks is the middleman of 3 deep. And there's Jesse Small again. Lost the bandana. At the 11, Mark Hicks with a hurdle, off a tackle, and out to the 32-yard line. Nice effort by the 5'7", 200-pound running back. In the first quarter, these two teams played on more or less an even keel. Total yardage just a 21-yard advantage to the Philadelphia Eagles. No points. But in the second quarter, 1 yard for the Dallas Cowboys. 1. And they got that field goal after blocking a field goal attempt by Roger Ruzek. A return of 46 yards. Bernard Ford dragged down by Jesse Small. First and 10 Eagles. They led 10-0 at the half in Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. Gene Lockhart makes yet one more tackle on Anthony Toney. Lockhart said yesterday that one thing that it's been a very, very long year for this team, obviously, when you're 1-12. And he said the one thing they wanted to do today was be competitive because we don't want to be embarrassed. And he said, believe me, Buddy Ryan will embarrass you if he gets a chance. Second down and 9. Cunningham lets it go. Toney with the catch. Not in the grass. Whoa. Whoa. And now, Terry, the floor is yours. Don't you love the rule?
Thanks. Yeah, why are you giving me the floor?
Because I know how you love this rule.
I hate this rule, but it's one of those judgments. Cunningham, the quarterback's making a lot of money, and the owners don't want their quarterbacks hurt, but he is in the grasp.
And
he was going to be tackled. That's not a case where he grab him by the shoulder pad and the guy pulls and spins and gets away. Then they call him in the grasp. But that was a good call and a good sack by Noonan.
That was. Danny Noonan gets the sack and out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 15. And again, no blitz. Solomon is the spy. And he's looking at Cunningham. Steps up. The pass caught by Jackson. And Albritton runs him out of bounds. Right in the face of the spy, Cunningham pulled up.
Well, we saw that in the first quarter in the face of Solomon. When again, Cunningham pulled up and then threw the ball, and Jackson then made a great catch. And boy, this is a heck of a catch. I mean, just a heck of a catch. Run Francis the corner, turns him loose to Albritton. Jackson over the middle. Notice he notices that Bates pulls underneath and covers him underneath, so he just goes to the open area. He has the option to run wherever there is an opening. Cunningham pulls up. Excellent job by Cunningham, but a beautiful catch, one-handed catch by Jackson.
Jackson 3 for 57 today. Been injured much of the year. There's a play fake and Cunningham on the roll. Gets a great block from Alexander, his center, and then slides down at the 38-yard line, short of the first down. What a terrific block as Alexander peeled back and got Dean Hamill out of the way.
Wouldn't you just hate to be a defensive coordinator and have to defense this? I mean, look, you got a guard pulling one way, you got a guard and a tackle pulling the opposite. Actually, they pulled the wrong way. That was a mess up in the line blocking. Cunningham on a play action. The first guy was covered, no one there. Linebackers go deep. You run with the football, drive you crazy.
Cunningham now again the season leader in rushing yardage. He's got 44 today. Three-step drop. Lets it go for Tony. And the Cowboys converge on him, but Tony whispers his way out of bounds, short of the first down at the 39-yard line. Anthony Tony, who a year ago here in a come-from-behind victory over the Cowboys caught the winning touchdown with 10 seconds to go from Randall Cunningham. In that game, Dallas jumped out to a 20-0 lead, only to lose to the Eagles 24-23 as Cunningham drove them 90 yards in the last 2.5 minutes. As we said, Philadelphia has won the last 4 games and the last 5 non-strike games. The only victory in the last 6 games was 41-22 in 1987, the strike season. 3 tight ends in on 3rd and 1. Timeout, Eagles. So there's one of their 3. 12:54 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Eagles are driving again. They've got a 3rd and 1. With a 14-point lead. A sellout crowd at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Not that they are basking in the sunshine. It's 31 degrees, but it has cleared up once again, and they've enjoyed themselves. 17-3. A ball game much hyped. Snow fell a couple of days ago. It has cleared out today. No wind, though, so it's relatively comfortable. And the Eagles up 17-3. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. 3rd and 1.
Same formation. You wonder what happened. It could be a misunderstanding. This could be a play action, Vern.
Motion, and that'll be a false start. Dead ball foul. So if it is a false start against Philadelphia, that is, it may be the Cowboys encroaching.
Yeah, normally when you see a quarterback call timeout in the same set, he came out, Cunningham did, and lined up in the same formation, had David Little go in motion the same way, it makes you think that possibly they don't go back and say you got a route on this and you got something fancy going on. So that made me think that there might be a play action.
Start prior to the snap, number 88 offense.
Keith Jackson. So from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6.
See if Jackson 88 in the lower left of your screen. There, the hand came up. Once the hand goes down into a 3-point stand, you cannot pick it up prior to the ball moving. That's what happened to Jackson that time.
Keith, who, as we said, was a teammate of Troy Aikman's at Oklahoma. He and Aikman worked as painters one summer. And every morning at 5:15, they'd get up and drive in the same pickup truck to go spend the day painting. They had to report for work at 6:18 in the morning. Keith slept a lot of the time. Troy drove. Here's the pass. Caught. First down. Keith Byers. Nice play. Bill Bates made the tackle.
It's fun to have an offense when your number 1 receiver, as a quarterback, when you drop back and you're taught to look at the very first receiver, in this case Byers, when he's wide open. Man, this is fun. Cunningham, notice Jackson, he goes deep to the outside. Carter runs his man off, and now all you see is just Byers down, and then he breaks up inside of Bates, and he's wide open. Boy, that's fun offense to run.
Byers came in with 53 catches, trailing Tom Rathman, and he's caught 4 today. So he's up to 57. That's Jackson in motion. Blitz is on. Tony Danny Noonan makes the tackle for no gain, maybe a yard.
Hey, Danny Noonan's playing in a whale of a game, and one of the reasons the Cowboys moved Newman from tackle out to end was because he's lost 20 pounds. And when you come in at 280, you play tackle. But when you weigh 260, you play defensive end, and they think now, being lighter, that they can utilize his quickness and the strength which he automatically has better will suit the Cowboys as an end.
2nd down, 11. Danny Noonan on injured reserve. First half of the season. Reggie White looks on as the Eagles operate out of the shotgun.
Blitz.
Byers. 3-yard gain. Bates and Byers are not ordinarily the most vociferous of players. This time they become such.
Nice word. Good word.
You like that?
Yes. Little teaching. Linebacker disappears. Byers noticed the linebacker that was covering him doesn't cover him but runs by him to blitz. He saw the blitz. Now the read for Byers is when the man covering me runs by me, I break out for a blitz control because Bates, 40, he has to cover me.
3rd down. Shotgun formation. 4-man rush. Solomon spying again. Cunningham motions deep left side for Byers. What a pop! Incomplete. Manny Hendricks delivered the blow.
Great reaction. Excellent time, great pass blocking, and then Cunningham moving Byers, directing Byers, who got free, but because it took so long for the ball to get out there, that allowed Manny Hendricks, 45, enough time to react to the ball. Man, watch this. There's the movement by Cunningham.
Oof. Hendricks makes it an incomplete pass, and that sets up a 46-yard Ruzek field goal attempt. He's perfect as an Eagle. Hasn't missed since he replaced Luis Zendejas as the field goal kicker in Philadelphia. That's Ted Plum on the right-hand side, the offensive coordinator, and Randall Cunningham, of course. Ted, who is, at least for the moment, assumed some of the responsibilities held by Doug Scoville, the quarterback coach who passed away yesterday. Randall Cunningham now 14 of 23 for 138 yards. He has thrown 1 touchdown, and the Eagles are up now 20-3 as they go after their 10th victory of 1989. Roger Ruzek will kick off. Dixon and Ankrum deep for the Cowboys. Oh, that's a free ball into the end zone. Touchback.
Smart play.
Very smart. Jesse Small is right there, and Scott Ankrum, the 12th round draft choice, downs it in the end zone. We have been joined in the booth by the new commissioner of the National Football League, Paul Tagliabue, who took over from Pete Rozelle this year and is a guest here in Philadelphia. Paul, it's good to have you in the booth. Was your trip scheduled, or is this a part of the Bounty Bowl?
No, the trip was scheduled the week before Thanksgiving. It's just a coincidence that I'm here today.
Why don't you just give us a bit of an idea of what kind of an investigation you had to go through in this thing?
Well, the staff interviewed Zendejas and other Cowboys players and coaches. Then they interviewed Eagles coaches, and then we did not interview the Eagles players until after they had played the Giants game. We didn't want to be disruptive in doing this investigation. So that was wrapped up this past week, and then we made our decision.
The tape. Zendejas claims he has a tape that could be used to possibly bring a suit against Roberts, the special teams coach. Is there what's going to happen with that? Can you even pursue that?
Well, I don't know. He wouldn't give us the tape that he says he has.
You asked for it?
Well, he told us only at the very end of the investigation that he had such a tape. Until then, there was no such tape. Then when we asked for it, he said he wouldn't give it to us. So I don't know what's on it if it exists.
Yeah.
Back to play for the moment. Here's the handoff. The Cowboys out to the 30-yard line. Paul, you have had a chance now to go on a series of these trips around the league. Have you met with everybody thus far?
Well, I've met with all the owners and coaches in many of the cities, not all of the coaches, but a lot of them. And I've met with 14 player groups. You know, I met with the Steelers and the Eagles and then the Buccaneers and the Giants. And I'm trying to meet with some more of the players before the end of the season, which I think is very important. So I've been around to many cities, but not all.
What is next on the agenda? Where will you travel next?
Well, I don't know. I may be in Minnesota. I may be in Cleveland. As we get into the, you know, the key games at the end of the divisional races, I'm going to sort of play it week to week.
It's kind of nice that this has been a calm football game. I know you're pleased with that.
Well, let's hope it gets to be a closer football game. That's what we're always looking for.
Boy, so are we. I can promise you that. Thank you, Paul, for being our guest.
A couple of more touchdowns would help both sides.
You bet. Thank you. Paul Tagliabue, the new commissioner of the National Football League. Thank you, Paul, very much. Back to play now. First down and 10 for the Cowboys.
Photographs much shorter, doesn't he? I didn't realize that he was so tall.
He's a little taller than you are.
You know, I was kind of wanting to get on my toes a little.
Basketball player at Georgetown.
Yeah.
Wore number 33.
Good for you, Vern.
First down and 10. Handoff right side, Darryl Johnson. Reggie White. What a man of quiet dignity Reggie White is. He's moving back to Knoxville, he said, Terry.
Going back to Tennessee and get back to his where he went to the University of Tennessee. And of course, I know Johnny Majors there, and he was telling us some stories that I couldn't use, but one of them was about how he used to pretend to be a dog when Johnny had his foot stuck out of a car, and he ran by and grabbed him and barked like a dog, and Majors about tore the place apart, but going to go back home.
Second down and 10, play fake. Aikman darts to his right. Got some room to run. And does so out of bounds. Chased there by Seth Joyner. And a flag.
Wrong sideline to be trying to pick a fight. Too many blue helmets, too many blue jerseys over there. And Aikman's intent now is to stare down Seth. Now he's out of bounds. And then the right hand to the back of the head. He can't do it. I mean,
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 59 defense. First down.
all right, that's just on the shoulder. But the point was that Aikman had taken a step out of bounds. And once he goes out of bounds, you know how they protect these quarterbacks. You're better off just pulling up. Just keep your hands off of him. You're not going to get anything but a personal foul, and that's exactly what happened.
Troy Aikman runs that time, and then the 15-yarder for a first down. 5 penalties on Philadelphia. Aikman now 7 of 15 for 64 yards. 4 touchdown throws last week in a loss to the Rams. Wide receivers left and right on first down and 10 from the 43. And off to Broderick Sargent.
Good defense by the Eagles. Vern, one of the things that Aikman pointed out to us was that this Eagle defense was a hard team to get a picture of. You can't get a grasp of exactly what they're trying to do defensively. He said against the Miami Dolphins, it was very easy. You could see it. Last week against the Rams, it was very easy. You could see it. But against the Eagles, you don't have any idea, because what they show you on film, they will change that the following week, and you have to adjust on the football field.
31-year-old Jeff Fisher, the defensive coordinator of Philadelphia. Second down and 9. 20-3, Philadelphia. Split backs behind Aikman. Clyde Simmons puts a hand on him, but Aikman delivers the ball across the middle, and Paul Palmer has a first down at the 30-yard line. Izell Jenkins with the tackle. And it's a first down, Dallas, as they try and climb back into the ball game.
You know, something we haven't seen the dash package that a lot of teams use against the Eagles. The dash package, all that is the quarterback will take the ball and then pull out and then sprint deep to the outside. And while he's sprinting, he reads the receivers in the coverage and either throws on the run or pulls up and then throws. But so far today, we haven't seen the Cowboys do that.
First and 10, Dallas at the 29. Timeout, Dallas. Aikman trots over to the Cowboys sideline. Babe Laufenberg a part of the picture. It's 20-3. 7:14 to go, third quarter. Vern Lundquist, Terry Bradshaw here. The Eagles leading the Cowboys 20-3. Dallas with a first down and 10 just inside the 30. In Bounty Bowl 2, it has attracted the sign painters and some who aren't quite as professional as that one. First and 10. Longest drive of the day for the Cowboys. They had only 1 yard of offense in the second quarter. Cornell Burbage starts in motion, followed by Eric Everett, number 42. Motion. Whoops.
Hang on.
I can't believe that wasn't whistled dead before. No. That's got to be a dead ball foul.
They'll call this back. Seth Joyner was so off. He was so offsides, it's ridiculous.
That's got to be a false start or offside, either one, but it's got to be a dead ball foul.
Offside, defense.
Thank you, Jerry.
See, once again, we said earlier, Aikman in this game wanted to go to longer cadence, and here's the reasons why. There it is, longer cadence. Teams that are extremely aggressive with their defense normally are people with personalities that are quick to strike. And so therefore, you go longer cadence. People that are quick to strike lack patience, and they can't stand it. And away they go. They just can't wait. And Seth Joyner, man who loves to play this game, is just pawing at the ground like a bull waiting to get at Aikman. He got there a little bit too soon.
That looked like beach volleyball for a moment. First down and 5. Aikman, who grew up throwing the football in Henrietta, Oklahoma, will throw it on first down, puts it on a rope. And that's going to be good for another first down for the Cowboys. The catch made by Cornell Burbage. Troy Aikman said he's got a distinctive style. Every quarterback, I guess, it might surprise some folks, throws the ball a little bit differently, Jerry. Show us how Troy throws it.
Well, Troy, you use the seam as a way to grip the football. But Troy doesn't use his fingers on the football. He takes his palm and wraps it around the ball, and the only thing that touches it is this knuckle. Look at this. Just this right here, and look at all the white down there, and he squeezes it hard, tries to keep a little pocket. Most quarterbacks have a pocket under there, but with Aikman, it's palm. He palms the football and rolls it off his hands.
He palms it this time in a double coverage, deep left corner, and that is an incomplete pass. And Andre Waters and Burbage go after each other. Waters, who has earned a reputation around the league for his aggressive play.
Yeah, aggressive play is good.
That's
I like
a good
it.
euphemism, isn't it?
You betcha. We'll find out here exactly what. Okay, there's the shot. Wow, we saw
it looked like there might have been a kick.
Burbage going out of bounds. There's the push in the back, but this ball can be caught, and there's the kick. Nothing wrong with that. That's just good defense.
Second down and 10. Back split, play action. Aikman, Johnson, got a clear path, touchdown Dallas.
Great call.
Nice play fake. And Daryl Johnson.
Man, oh man, what a great call. I'm going to tell you why. The pressure was on the linebacker. All Aikman had to do was read the linebacker. Notice everyone pulling. Now Aikman in the flat. Now, all of a sudden, the linebacker comes up, or the defensive end who's in control. If he goes for Aikman, Aikman drops the ball off. If he runs with the back, then Aikman runs himself.
That's the third touchdown catch, second in as many weeks for Daryl Johnston. And Zendejas on for the extra point to cut the margin in half. 20-10, a most impressive drive for the Dallas Cowboys as Troy Aikman throws his 9th touchdown toss of the season. It's 20-10 Philadelphia. A little smile on the face of Troy Aikman, who's just thrown his 9th touchdown toss. Of course, he started his career at Oklahoma, broke his leg, sat out, then transferred to UCLA, where he wound up. Was telling us yesterday the only coach who's ever tried to change his throwing style was Barry Switzer.
Can you imagine that?
And this happened when Troy was in Henrietta High School, and he attended a Barry Switzer coaching clinic in the summer, and he said Switzer tried to show him how to throw the football.
Yeah, you saw my explanation on how Switzer had him throwing the football too. flipping it underhand.
Mark Higgs. Whoa! Boy, what a collision at the 24. Yeah, Terry, just one more note about we were talking about Aikman's throwing style. You might show the difference in how he throws the ball and how you used to.
Well, I guess really Troy and I are two quarterbacks that had really unique styles of their own. While he palms the football and throws it like so, I put my fingers. This is Aikman again, like this, and then I threw it like this. So it was.
What's the weirdest one?
Really, we're both a little mixed up, I guess, but whatever works. And he has used that motion all his life. And when he went to Oklahoma and Switzer tried to change him, they were going to go to the I back, and that's the reason he went there, was to throw the football. And Switzer recruited Jackson, Keith Jackson, the same way by telling him, we'll go to the I, we'll throw the football. And then he got there and they ran an arrow curl, a back in the flat and a receiver on the curl. And then Switzer looked at Aikman and asked him, did he understand it? And he said, yes. He says, well, good, because I don't. He said he knew he was in trouble.
And off up the middle to the 30. And that'll bring up a third down for Philadelphia. 20-10 here. Let's find out what's going on elsewhere. Once again, here's Brent. All right, Brent. And, of course, Nate Newton, Tim's brother, is a member of the Cowboys offensive line. Third down and 4 here. Three-man rush with the Spies. And Cunningham hit from behind. That'll be in the grasp. And it'll bring up fourth down, and Dallas will get the ball back.
Tony Talbert.
The third sack of the day as Ed Jones and Tony Talbert head to the sideline.
Yeah. Young rookie, 6'6", about 240 pounds. A lot of them compare him a little bit to L.C. Greenwood up in Pittsburgh, but a kid that they think that will be able to grow into his size, put on another 20 pounds, and become a real force for the Cowboys.
Max Runniger back to punt. Cornell Burbage waits for it at the 40-yard line. Fair catch called by Burbage at the 45. Cowboys take over following the 30-yard punt. Next Saturday on CBS, a full day of sports action that all starts with the NFL Today at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Then the Cowboys will be in New York to take on the Giants. Terry and I will be there for that ball game, and that'll be followed by the season premiere of college basketball on CBS, the home of the NCAA championship. DePaul travels south to take on Hoops. 20-10, 4:09 to go, third quarter. Back split behind Troy Aikman. Offside, Steve Folsom. That'll cost the Cowboys 5.
False start prior to the snap. Number 85 offense, still first down.
Minnesota rolls over Atlanta, as Brent told you, and Kansas City about to knock off the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but they're just now getting into their area.
That's right. Fourth
they
quarter.
got that guy named Magic, and they don't really start playing, or they don't wake up till the fourth quarter. So I wouldn't get too carried away with that 21-3. I'd kind of sit back and watch what happens.
First down and 15. Byron Evans, middle linebacker. Flag is down, so is Aikman. Clyde Simmons got a shot at him. And now Dave Wydell and Simmons start pointing fingers at each other. Reggie White is going to be holding Dallas, and I would expect 78.
You can see. You can see Jerry Seaman run over and point the finger, and you could kind of understood that what he's trying to tell the Eagles is, you know, don't get involved in this. Don't let this game get out of hand. That's not necessary.
Illegal hands to the face. Number 78 offense, still first down.
Dave Wydell, whose brother Doug Wydell plays for the Denver Broncos, and of course the Broncos at home for the New York Giants next on CBS. Most of you will see that. First down and 25. And Aikman faces this fearsome pass rush of the Philadelphia Eagles. Standard defensive set, four-man rush. They stunt. Aikman finds Finds a receiver up at the 39. And another flag comes flying from downfield. Sammy Lilly makes the tackle. Offensive pass interference.
Well, Cowboys are just absolutely going backwards, starting out on their own 45 now, and with a 1st and 25 is, you know, they're just going backwards. Now we're looking at 1st and
Pass interference, number 82 offense, still first down.
well, that's Cornell Burbage. He got a little shot. That's how you get open, though, sometimes, you know, Vern. You put those hands out there, but my God, look at this. We're talking, what's that, 35 yards?
Yep. Maybe they're trying to set themselves up for a Mike Saxon 91-yard punt. 1st and 35. That was a nice little safe screen pass look.
Anything that's safe, do it.
Yeah. That's safe. Paul Palmer. Now it'll be 2nd and about 32.
You're better off here. The score's 20-10. Cowboys had an excellent opportunity from their own 45-yard line. I sense the Eagles offensively not playing with the emotion that it takes to really put a team like the Cowboys away. You've got to come out in the second half and really control, take the tempo early, and then put a young team away. Eagles haven't done that. Actually, the Cowboys have gotten a little life, but now through mistakes of their own, they've given the life back to the Eagles.
2nd and 34.
2nd and 34.
Jimmy Johnson needs to dial in the University of Miami, where they overcame a 3rd and 43 against Notre Dame. That pass is incomplete. Troy Aikman.
Yeah, one of the problems you have, too, with a young quarterback, but in this line, as we started this game, had only given up 22 sacks. To really pick up big yardage against the Eagles, the areas that are open are the areas deep and over the middle. But that takes a lot of time, and sometimes you put a real burden on your young rookie quarterback when you ask him to hold the football for 4.5 seconds against the 2nd best sacking team in the National Football League.
So far today, he's been sacked twice. Another one was wiped out by penalty.
The area is over the middle on this defense, though.
Aikman chased by Clyde Simmons. Ball is caught, but it'll be 4th down up at the 34-yard line. James Dixon makes the grab, so Mike Saxon will come on. That's a gain of 13. It'll be 4th and 21. Saxon's 5th punt. Anthony Edwards has returned 1 thus far. Had 1 bounce off his helmet. Made a fair catch on another. And Tom Rafferty, the 35-year-old veteran, see if he's in there, or is Stepnoski?
It's
Stepnoski. So Tom, who did snap for punts and field goals last week, he is not even doing that today. Saxon. Edwards. Flag down. Junior Tontalatosi ran into Anthony Edwards. And so what appeared to be an outstanding punt will be reduced almost in half by the penalty. Well, Jerry Seaman's going to call a huddle.
Yeah, you know what they do when they call these huddles, Vern? What happens, Seaman now will be the guy to control the huddle, and what he's doing is going over all the options on the rule, what could have happened, what did happen, getting everyone's opinion, making sure that they got a clear explanation of the infraction. That's what they're doing now. When they call him off to the side, look at him using his finger. Then we're going to sit here. Yes, this play, here's the rule. What have you got? All right, you sure this? Da-da-da-da-da. And they go through it. Now the decision.
Fair catch interference, number 25 kicking team, 15 yards, spotted the foul, first down.
That wipes out a 61-yard punt.
Yeah, the kid, there's
There's the fair catch
There's
signal.
Edwards. There's the fair catch. Now, Junior Tuttle, when he saw that, he should have gotten out of the way. But what happened was Anthony Edwards at the very last moment, notice, he moves to the right of your screen. Watch, there it is. Now he moves back to the left, and when he moves to the left, he actually gets in front of Junior Tuttle-Atassi. So there you've got a question whether or not Edwards interfered with Tuttle-Atassi.
Instead of making the fair catch, he decided to get away from the ball.
And he ran into Tuttle-Atassi. So if that's the case, then I'd wipe it off.
They didn't. And the Eagles have the ball at the 36-yard line. 20-10. Reverse. Carlos Carson hit behind the line by Jim Jeffcoat.
Great job, penetration. The one thing coming into this game was that the Eagles, there's a handoff, there's a motion. You'll see pull, but then you're going to see Jeffcoat come. He's the man that chases. When you got a guy like Jeffcoat that chases, he's the man you want to go ahead and run your reverses on. There's a reverse. He comes back up the field, catches his balance, and makes a tremendous play on Carlos Carson.
Jeffcoat, right defensive end, now the veteran of that defensive line since Ed Jones has been reduced to part-time status. Ed is in there right now and chasing Cunningham. Cunningham takes a shot as he delivers the ball, and it's incomplete. It was the 38-year-old Too Tall Jones chasing Randall Cunningham on that play.
Yeah, and this is where Too Tall Jones really does help the Cowboys. Sure, he's not starting, but you know, he's got fresh legs, and he can still rush the quarterback. He has great quickness. He just can't do it for 4 quarters, maybe not even for 2 quarters, but he can come in when you need him and give a great burst off the block of Ron Heller. Now the speed. Hey, Cunningham can run, but look at this big guy right after him.
Jesse Solomon joining Too Tall Jones. It's 3rd down and 19. Cunningham, right side, caught, and then bobbled, but regained control. 1st down, Chris Carter. And for once, he didn't run a fade route.
Well, one thing about Chris Carter is this is one of the things Cunningham said about him. When I run a route to Carter, because he's young, because he's a young kid, he'll run routes deeper just because he wants to prove a point. That time he needed to go deep, 19 yards to be exact. He does, and he gets the 1st down.
That's a 21-yard gain on 3rd and 19, and the Eagles have a 1st down at their own 48-yard line.
Kind of demoralizing, isn't it, when you play so well and then give up a 19-yard conversion?
Carter, 41 catches for the season now, and 10 of them have been for touchdowns. Here's Cunningham. Chased by Broughton, slides down at the 50. That'll be the final play of the quarter. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With our score, Philadelphia 20 and the Cowboys 10. We now pause for a word from our local station.
Football.
We began quarter number 4 at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Philadelphia Eagles going after their 10th victory of the year with 2 games remaining. They lead the Cowboys 20-10. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. Eagles on the road at New Orleans a week from tomorrow night, and then back home here against the Phoenix Cardinals to wind out the regular season on Christmas Eve afternoon. 2nd down and 7 from the 50. Cunningham with a little pressure goes deep down the middle, and Johnson's there. No flag. The coverage from Ron Francis, who's played most of this half in place of Robert Williams. Francis, a one-time 2nd-round draft choice, who is the nickel back now.
Johnson actually had a couple of steps on Francis. The ball, Cunningham is throwing with the wind, and I know as a strong-arm quarterback myself, I would rather throw deep going into the wind because I could control the tight spiral and I would be more accurate. When you throw with the wind, the ball has a tendency to float.
Comes the rush blitz from the outside, and they got to him. Jeffcoat, I believe, was the first man at Randall Cunningham. Yes. And now has a minor disagreement with Keith Byers. And that will be the 4th sack of Randall Cunningham today.
Jeffcoat, 77, simply comes up the field, but The problem happened was Darwin went outside to pick up the safety blitz by Manny Hendricks, 45, not realizing the back was behind him. The back was responsible for the blitz. Darwin should have stayed with his man, Jeffcoat.
Roniger, punt. Burbage, flag is down. We're going to have the illegal block on Isaac Holt. And that'll be another Cowboy penalty that will wipe out pretty good field position. There's Isaac Holt, number 30. And they'll bring this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, the last time the Cowboys had the ball, they had it at their own 45. Look at Jimmy Johnson. He understands that penalties, mistakes, and he said coming into this game that the mistakes that we have made, we the Cowboys, have been little mistakes, not big mistakes, but little mistakes. Well, these are big mistakes. Anytime you're in a game and you're this close, 20-10, only down by 10 points, every mistake is a big mistake.
So the penalty, here's Jerry Seaman.
Illegal block during the return. Number 30 receiving team. First down.
There's Isaac Holt. I think it was Sammy Lilly who was involved in the play from a Philadelphia point of view. Lower right-hand side is where the infraction occurred, right there.
There it is.
And it was Sammy Lilly.
Yeah, Sammy Little, backup cornerback, and the block by Holt in his back.
At the 13-yard line. More snowballs come flying out of the stands. Aikman, 5-yard drop. Now he is sacked at the 3. Mike Pitts.
Pitts, right of your screen. Crawford Kerr has him. They're one-on-one. Pitts gave him a move to the outside, set up Kerr, got up underneath Kerr, then came back to the inside and got the sack. Once again, the one area you have to always be strong on as a pass blocking team is in the middle. Do not allow anyone to break the pocket down in the middle. In the outside, that's okay.
Second down and 18. Back split. Snowballs coming out of the end zone. There's Johnston.
This defense of the Eagles had a team meeting about 7 weeks ago, and in that team meeting, they said that we have to take the turnovers and the aggressiveness ourselves. Our offense isn't playing that well, and we've got to get out and make it happen. And today, they've done just that. They're playing with the emotion.
In the meantime, I just saw Reggie White signaling to the crowd, the idiots up in that end zone, to please stop throwing the snowballs. Reggie was asking them to please stop, and they ignored him like they've ignored all other authority figures that are presumably up in that area. So the snowballs continue to fly. One almost hits Aikman as he rolls out to his right, and now he'll scramble and go out of bounds. It'll be 4th down as Aikman is out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Now, the point about the snowballs, Terry, is yes, they have helmets, but I think you were saying that all it would take is for one of the players to turn around and have those things hit him in the face.
I mean, why? I don't understand thinking and a mentality of a lot of people. Yeah, you paid a lot of hard-earned money to come here and enjoy this football game, but these players, all they have is a face guard. And if you hit a snowball on that face guard, it shatters, and then the breakup of the snowballs, if they have water in them, go into the eyes, and you can blind these players. This is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. Stop the game, maybe move it somewhere else, but it's crazy. It's getting out of hand.
Mike Saxon with snow pelting down around him. Ricky Shaw hits Saxon. That'll be, whether it's running into or roughing is the key call now, because if it's running into, it will not be a first down. Running into. So Saxon will punt again. That is not an automatic first down. Ricky Shaw.
Running into just means that you tried to avoid it or you were blocked into the kicker. It's just a 5-yard penalty. Roughing the kicker is where you come straight on in, drive right through him, no matter what's happened, no matter the ball's even gone. Now that's a personal foul. That's 15 yards, and then it's a first down.
Running into the kicker, 5-yard penalty only. Number 51, defense, still 4th down.
That's a rule change in the last year. So Some don't like it because it, in their minds, encourages, if it's only going to cost you 5, why not take the shot? Because here was a case where nowhere close to the first down. 13 minutes to go in the ball game. It's a 20-10 score.
And you know, it does send out a pretty good little message. You don't think Saxon's not thinking, hey, I'm going to get this one off a little bit? It does have an effect.
Here they come. And Anthony Edwards dodges away from the ball, and it is going to be down at the 41-yard line.
You're going to have a flag, and it looks like it's going to be thrown on Saxon or Jenkins.
Watch Izell Jenkins, number 46. This is Izell Jenkins and Mike Saxon. Saxon and Izell Jenkins gets a shot at Saxon. Now here comes Saxon after Jenkins. So this thing is not over.
Yeah, the flag was thrown right there. So if it was thrown right there, what they're going to do is penalize Jenkins right there. Had they seen the illegal block, well, we'll just wait and see. Either way, it's going to be 15 yards.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 46 receiving team. After the play was over, first down.
Take a look again. This is how all of this started between these two teams back on Thanksgiving Day. And here it comes again. Izell Jenkins, number 46. Mike Saxon. And then when Saxon gets up to go discuss the issue with him, Izell Jenkins took one more shot, and the flag flew.
Jeans cut a little fuller in the thigh for extra comfort.
Eagles with 252 yards thus far to 137 for Dallas. Randall Cunningham, modest figures, but he's thrown for a touchdown to Chris Carter. And the Cowboys have been penalized 107 yards. Philadelphia leads at 20-10 with 12:50 to go. And until the last play, Terry, we haven't seen any real brouhaha developing in the game, do you think?
Well, we had, and we just had a great example of the problems that Zendejas has brought up. The block in the back, as you can see, Saxon, there's Jenkins coming up. I mean, that's uncalled for. That's totally not necessary in this game, and that's what really has made this bounty game such an important game, such a major issue across America.
Handoff up the middle to the 31-yard line. And the tackle made by Jeffcoat on Anthony Toney. Let's recap the scoring for you. It all opened up when Chris Carter caught a 4-yard pass in the second quarter from Randall Cunningham. Then on a fake field goal, Kavanaugh, the holder, threw to Carter to make it 14-0. Zendejas kicked a 47-yard field goal to cut the margin to 14-3. And then just before halftime, 17-3 on Ruzek's 29-yarder. Made it 20-3 on a 46-yarder in the third quarter. Aikman hit Darrell Johnston to cut the margin to 20-10. Off the back foot for Jackson. And the flag comes. Took him a while to get it out of his pocket. Ray Horton will chase the official down and now give up the quest.
See, one of the things, Vern, that could help a lot. You can't allow Jackson a free release, and you do that, he has a head of steam up on Ray Horton, who is covering him. Now, left of your screen, Jackson down looking for the ball, and there's, well, I can't tell from that whether or not it was pass interference. But let's look again. Left of your screen, folks. There's Jackson looking to the inside. He's got his hand out.
Pass interference, number 88 offense, still second down.
Ray Horton's got his hand out. They both push. Well, it's offensive, so obviously
that's why Horton gave up the chase. It was on Jackson.
I'm sitting here thinking the whole time it's on Horton.
And Horton thought it was on Horton.
Yeah, I'm sitting here waiting to figure out, well, how could it be on Horton? When obviously now they say it's on Jackson. Oh, well.
Second down and 16, shotgun formation, 20-10. Out of the shotgun, the handoff to Anthony Toney, who goes right and gets out across the 25 near the 27-yard line. Tony Talbert makes the tackle. Updating you, Minnesota, the Vikings rolling now. They can pick up a game on Green Bay because the last half, the Green Bay Packers are still losing at home to Kansas City. Detroit leads Chicago by 10. Who'd have thunk it? Houston hangs on to Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh blanking the Jets thus far. And now a nut has run out of the field, and security cop takes it down.
Best tackle today.
And in order to avoid encouraging any more of these guys, well, there he is. He did what he wanted. He got on television, take him into the detox center.
That's the, you know.
Since we've shown you who he is, watch the tackle.
Great tackle. I mean, this is look at this. Beautiful job. Good form, drove the shoulder in him, nice leg drive, and pinned him on the turf.
From the 26. 3rd down, 11. Blitz. Johnson nailed. It'll be 4th down. As he is sandwiched by Horton and Robert Williams.
Cunningham's going to stay out and punt. He just motioned to the sideline that he wanted to punt. I wonder, it's his decision. If he wants to punt, he can punt. One of the reasons he can call this shot is because Buddy Ryan has called him the boss. This is the boss. I want everyone to know this guy can call whatever he wants to do. Cunningham said, I want to punt.
Watch his style. It's a one-step approach, and then he booms it. Dandy. Outstanding. And it takes a neutral bounce, or he had a shot of another 60-yarder. Listen to the ovation. And here comes the flag, and a fight breaks out. That time it was a Cowboy who shoved somebody in the back. And that reorients the crowd's interest.
Well, it's Golick 90. Trying to explain to Randy Shannon what happened, and this is ugly.
Now watch Randy Shannon, number 94, on the right-hand side. Well, it was Mike Reichenbach who came at Shannon. And there's a shove in the back of Manny Hendricks.
And Nate Newton went after Ricky Shaw. And it's the old domino effect. Let's all take somebody and take a shot at them. That's what happens when you have players that stay in the papers and talk about lawsuits and point the finger and criticize. You know, you get hit in this game, you get hit. And I'm talking about Zendejas. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's illegal. I don't care. It makes no difference to me. But the point is, all it does is carry over on the football field. And it gets sloppy, and you get hurt out here, and the fans throw snowballs, and it's ridiculous.
This is going to be offsetting penalties, apparently. And I don't know whether we'll have ejections or not.
If they keep throwing that many snowballs on this field, they're going to have to bring out that buggy.
Sweeper,
Personal foul,
Pittsburgh.
unnecessary roughness. Number 94, Dallas. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 94 of the Eagles. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 55, Dallas. We have offsetting dead ball fouls. First down.
And we just dodged another snowball.
Yeah,
it went right over my head.
Had one thrown into the booth here.
If I had hair, it would have knocked it off.
Time has been called. We'll be right back.
Right over my head. And the thing I was talking about, look at this. Look at the water come out of that. If that hits a player in the deal, it splatters, and it's like a rock, and it'll end up putting an eye out.
And that was just the residue of what had hit the wall behind us just a moment ago. First down and 10. Aikman back. Man open over the middle. Scramble at the 20-yard line. And Dallas comes up with it.
One of the things that Reggie White was talking about coming into this game was the intimidating factor. And most great football teams that have great defenses are intimidating. And I think there are ways of getting intimidation. You sack the quarterback a lot. You make great hits. You have hard special teams. And another one is illegal hit. Another one is, cheap shots, if you will. I know we did it a lot. People were scared of us because they didn't know where we were going to hit them from.
Second down, 20 or 10. 9:45 still to go in the ball game. Here's Junior Tartlatossi. He runs into Al Harris and Seth Joyner. Latossi was in the papers this week, involved in all this Bounty Bowl brouhaha because he had played here, and before he was cut and signed by the Cowboys. So
this is quietly, this is very, very quietly, but a very good game, I think, on behalf of the defense of the Eagles, but of the Cowboys. Even though they're down 20-10, they have played well defensively, extremely well. But once again, this young offense up against this great defense is asking a little bit much.
3rd and 3. Over the head of Cornell Burbage. It'll be 4th down. And Anthony Edwards drifts back to return the punt from the 40-yard line. Mike Saxon. I'm sure he'll have an eye peeled for Isaiah Jenkins this time down.
Oh, you know, that's the thing that amazes. We saw Barry Hilton of the 49ers here, and Andre Waters was the guy that was actually spying on Barry Hilton, and he was hit, what we count, 4 times in a row, just like Isaiah Jenkins is doing today on Saxon.
4th and 3. Take a cowboy roll inside the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. Cornell Burbage and Andre Waters mix it up a little bit, and then they get Cornell Burbage off the field. Time has been called. Philadelphia gets the ball back. 8:46 to go in the game. Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia with 8:45 to go in Bounty Bowl 2, and the Bounty Bowl has become a brawl of sorts in the stands. Down in the right-hand corner of the end zone, some of those who had been the recipients of short snowball throws in the lower portions of the stands got angry and turned around and started throwing snowballs back up into the stands. So now the security forces are up there escorting a few of the celebrants out of here. From the 40, Philadelphia with a 20-10 lead. Cunningham slips the tackle, and he'll run. Down to the 50-yard line, another flag comes flying out. And here we go again. Here's Cunningham.
Play action outside, no one there, fools everyone, goes down, and now David Howard, who we've seen earlier who had caught with a personal foul, throws a shot right in on Cunningham. Just can't do that, and you see it. Cunningham says, I'm not going to put up with it. This is ridiculous, and so he tries to retaliate. And
tell you, the kind of shot that was that Howard took, that might call for ejection. Buddy Ryan out on the field. Now he comes back. Ryan was 20 yards out onto the field. David Howard took the shot at Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, so you just can't.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 73 defense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Kicking and shoving. Number 12 offense. Offsetting penalties. First down.
What happened to 99?
I don't know.
What happened to David Howard? That's the shot that I saw. That's the one where everyone wants to protect the quarterback, and this is what Ryan is hollering about. What about the shot that Howard put on my quarterback? When a quarterback slides feet first, you can't touch him. If you lead with your head and spear him, chances are you're going to be ejected.
That should have been an ejection of David Howard. And there's a handoff. Go back. I didn't see Danny Noonan anywhere around Randall Cunningham. It was David Howard all the way. Take another look at Howard with a spearing shot from the right-hand side.
Cunningham's fooled. He's outside. Now, one thing, he fooled David Howard, so Howard's mad. And now there's the spear. There's the lead with the shoulder and the head. Cunningham slides feet first. He's automatically down. Howard knows he's down. Howard takes a shot at him, hits him. Howard, you ought to be out of the game.
2nd down. David Howard, one of those acquired from the Vikings in the Herschel Walker trade. Cunningham crosses left. Here comes Anthony Tony looking for a block from Jackson and Chris Carter. And he's out of bounds with the first down near the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that's the thing to do. Right now, Ted Plum, the offensive coordinator of the Eagles, the thing to do right now to protect his players is to go ahead and establish a running game and just run it. That's the best way. You know, if Cunningham bootlegs it and gets outside, chances are he's going to take another shot like that. So the thing to do now is run the football. When you run the sweeps, when you go wide, they take longer to develop. They eat more time up off the clock.
First down and 10 Eagles, 7:41 to go in the ball game. Philadelphia going after its 10th win of the season. Hand off Tony. Fumble. Scramble, who got it? Philadelphia comes up with it.
And turnovers in close football games so many times are the key, Vern, and this ball easily, like we saw earlier on the block punt, could have been scooped up by the Cowboys. A great opportunity. Tony fumbles the football, and now Albritton 36 and Eugene Lockhart 56. Albritton looked as though he was wanting to pick it up and run with it. Eugene was simply trying to do the smart thing, which is fall on it.
Isn't that something now? 17 times the Eagles have fumbled in the last 4.5 games. 17 times, and they've only lost 4.
And they don't run the wishbone.
Right. Byers out near the 47-yard line. Of course, the Giants hoping to win here today and then go home and root on Denver, because the Giants, rather the Eagles hope to win here today. The Giants take on Denver. That's next on CBS, or some of you will watch Phoenix and the Raiders. Right now, 3rd down and 12 with 6:15 to go in the game. 3rd and 12. Noonan over center. 3-man Dallas rush. Cunningham deep left side for Ron Johnson. A tussle for the ball with Robert Williams, and the pass falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Man, what a great burst. Absolutely a great burst by Ron Johnson that time, because Robert Williams just had him stride for stride, and at the very last moment, you see 85 come out of the hole. Lower right of your screen. There's the hand over the right shoulder. That's all right. And then the last minute, the burst for the football. Almost made a great catch.
Max Runniger will stay in, or come in and punt this time. That one takes a Philadelphia roll inside the 15 and is down at the 12. 40-yard punt. Troy Aikman, of course, in his rookie season, the #1 draft choice in the 1989 draft. He is still looking for his first win as a quarterback. The one victory for the Cowboys came with Steve Walsh, his fellow rookie in there. How have others fared in their first season?
Oh,
look
good.
down there at the bottom in 1970.
Thanks.
Sick. I would. My eyes were just attracted right to it.
Gee,
6 touchdowns, 6 of the 212.
Why are Aikman and I? Why are we not in yellow? Why am I not in yellow? Hide me.
That's to highlight you, not to hide you.
I don't want to be highlighted.
24 interceptions. How did that happen?
Man, I was terrible. I'm not kidding you. I should have gone back to college and got my doctorate.
You overcame that. 24 interceptions your first season, but you wound up 212 touchdowns.
Well, the thing happened was, as you folks know, you get players around a quarterback, players that can play. This kid can play, and you get the players around him, you give him the defense that would allow him to be aggressive, and you'll see this kid climb right to the charge.
Aikman will scramble, and he's got some room now. He slides down, and Eric Everett just reaches down and touches him. 5:37 to go in the game. A 17-yard run for Troy Aikman. The Chicago Bears have been eliminated from the playoffs.
Well, didn't Ditka say that
we may never win another game?
We may not win another football game. And when you send that kind of message out to a football team, they look at their head coach and say, well, he doesn't think we'll win one, so let's don't win one.
Detroit defeated Chicago 27-17. Here's Aikman looking across the middle. Fumble, and it gets a fortuitous bounce right back into the arms of Paul Palmer. The Philadelphia Eagles defense leads the league in takeaways this year. 51 of them, 27 pass interceptions, and 24 fumble recoveries. The Cowboys have not turned it over yet today. So almost 4 years since the Eagles won an entire game without a turnover. Here's Darrell Johnson. Andre Waters makes the tackle.
So one of the things that's really going to help, this Darrell Johnson is a fine player, but his role will be in the future as the Cowboys get the running back that they want to be their tailback, and as the Cowboys get Kelvin Martin back and Irvin when they get him back and possibly get a tight end they'll build an offense around Aikman. This kid's got a gun. Hey, Cunningham can sling it, but this kid can sling it too. I mean, he throws a beautiful ball.
3rd down and 3. Blitz. Aikman back, left side, caught, 1st down Dallas.
Good job.
Steve Folsom, the tight end, very nice. Terry Hogue made the tackle on Folsom.
Folsom played here in '81 with the Eagles, was released.
Cowboys go without a huddle now on 1st down. 3:37 remaining in the ball game. Blitz coming from Wes Hopkins. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Jerry Seaman called grasp and control as the pass was complete. Wes Hopkins. And Aikman is really upset.
Well, all you do is take away the athleticism.
Very good.
Of a quarterback that has the ability to avoid sacks and to get passes off. Now, you be the judge, folks. Would he have gotten that pass off? He got it off. He did get tackled. Hey, let it happen. Let it work. Cunningham does the same thing. Let these guys play.
Aikman. This time he gets the payback and hits an official, I think. The umpire. Or does he get Hopkins? He may have hit the umpire.
See, I've always been under this. Here's how you should do this thing, Vern.
This John Keck, I think he took a shot. It was right across the middle.
Good shot.
Yep, right on the cheek. That had to sting a little bit.
I guarantee you that stung. He can't do anything, but
yeah, you don't want to show that it hurt.
You got to be all right. See, the umpire's got to act tough because he sits in behind those tackles and everyone. He's got a hand in there where everybody's coming at him crossing, and now it's bad enough he's got big 290-pound guys, but here comes a frozen, what used to be Pete Rozelle football at him.
Blitz coming. Aikman dodges to his right, pulls up and heaves it deep, and it's dropped by James Dixon.
My.
I mean, that is a catchable ball.
Well, yeah, catchable? Yeah, when it hits you in the stomach, it certainly is catchable. Excellent job by Aikman. We're going to, first of all, look at Dixon coming inside. Slows down, sees the coverage, looks back again, now just goes back to the outside. An excellent throw by Aikman. You have to give credit to Dixon for finding the area, but the second time, when you get open, you got to make the big catch.
4th down Dallas, 20-10. 3:06 to go in the game. Short punt. Edwards, fair catch. Fumble, gets it back. Eagles take over at the 49-yard line. Coming up tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes goes past the bar. Randall Cunningham, Chris Carter, Keith Jackson start on the field. Under 3 minutes to go. Now Jackson comes back to the sideline and hurries into the huddle.
Jackson back out again.
Cunningham pulls up and goes deep across the middle. Incomplete. Mix up on the route with Ron Johnson.
Yeah, I don't understand that call. 2:55. Why are you throwing the football? Run it. Yeah, let's get out of here. Don't do that. Don't throw the football, Ted. You know, or if that's an audible, which I don't believe it was, but you know, run it, get it. You know, you got a 10-point lead. You got these big backs. This is why Buddy Ryan wanted a running game. He knew that in the end of the 4th quarter, when he had to kill the clock, he needed to rely on a running game. It's cold, it's snowy. Don't throw it, run it.
Split backs behind Cunningham. 2:53 to go. Here's Cunningham back. They're trying to get another touchdown, Terry. They want as many as they can get. That's knocked down.
Yeah, well,
remember the controversy between these two organizations goes back to 2 years ago in the strike season when the Cowboys were coached by Tom Landry. They beat the Eagles, and Buddy Ryan was very adamant about not wanting to strike players here. This is before Jimmy Johnson got here. Dick Nolan, who's on the left, was part of the staff. But Ryan felt that Tom Landry had run up the score on him. In the repeat game here, with a big lead, Randall Cunningham knelt as if to run out the clock toward the end of the game, and then on the next play stood up and threw a touchdown to run up the score. The roar you hear in the background is another inebriated soul who is being taken down. That's number 2 for the day now.
Well, what you're talking about,
we're not going to show it.
You're wondering then why the 2 passes. I just question why throw it. They're throwing it, so you have to wonder with a 10-point lead, you know, why do that? I don't.
Yeah, that's the essential point. With they've got a 10-point lead and 2:47 to go, and they're throwing the football. I rather expect that Buddy Ryan wants at least one more touchdown.
Well, the name of the game is scoring, and that would be his answer to that question. You know, you got to score, and doesn't feel safe at 10 points, but I seriously doubt it.
Myers. That's short of the first down at the 43-yard line. It'll be 4th and 3, and Max Runniger comes on. I think here's the Central Division standings now that Minnesota has won and Green Bay has lost. The Vikings 9-5. Of course, they've got a big season closer against Cincinnati at home on Monday night. Green Bay winds up the season in Dallas in 2 weeks. And Chicago is now out of it. Runniger sends it high. Fair catch called by Burbage. It'll bounce and go out of bounds. 2:32 remaining in the game. Does it seem to you like this game has lasted forever?
Well, it does. We've had so many interruptions with the snowballs and the fights, penalties. I mean, 100-something yards penalties by the Cowboys. Plus, you've got a game in which the Cowboy offense has virtually had no drives. Aikman has been forced to throw one deep pass. He got that in, 19-yarder in the very first series, and since then it's been mostly short passes and him running for his life. And we've seen a very emotional defensive effort by the Eagles and a very kind of nonchalant effort by the Eagles offense. I think the Dallas Cowboy defense has played well, but it's just kind of been just a game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Boring is really what I was trying to say.
Aikman back. Sacked. Clyde Simmons. That's the 5th sack of Aikman today. And the 10th time he's been sacked by Philadelphia in the last 2 ball games. And Aikman not up yet.
That's David
I'm sorry.
Wydell.
I saw the 8.
We've already seen, we've already seen one tackle for the Cowboys, Gogan, go out, and we've seen Wydell come in, and he's been playing the last 2 quarters.
Here comes Kevin Gogan back on the field, and while we tend to the injury, let's go back to New York. Here's Brent once again. Agree with you more. They lose on Monday night in Seattle. Now they lose at home to a New Orleans team that is all but eliminated from the playoffs, and they've got to go on the road. That's really going to complicate that AFC Eastern division.
Yeah, and when you look at a team like New Orleans, who have played well, then played poorly, up and down, then you just can't fear it. Then just caution, kind of say, what the heck's happened? What kind of season has this been?
Wydell hurries off. Snowballs continue to pelt down from out of the stands. Aikman gets under center. Stepnoski. Screen pass, left side. Caught by Claude Latossi, who's in trouble. It could be a safety. No. He will be rolled down at the 1-yard line. Ryan wants the safety call. Doesn't get it. Wes Hopkins. 2-minute warning. Philadelphia leads it by 10, 20-10. We'll be back for the final 2 minutes in a moment. While we were away, Jerome Brown, the defensive tackle of the Eagles, pleading with those few who remain in the end zone, let's cut it out with the snowballs. And it didn't help much. They still come flying out of the end zone. From their own one, out of the shotgun, Troy Aikman. There's another snowball that falls in front of him. Aikman with a ton of room to run. Tries to get close to the out-of-bounds mark and does. That'll be a first down, Dallas, with 1:52 to go. Coming up next, of course, most of you will see the Giants against Denver from Mile High Stadium. Others will watch Phoenix against the Los Angeles Raiders. We'll be joining that game as soon as this ball game is over.
So Aikman, that time, a lot of people asking, how in the world could he go that many yards and get a first down?
Now here comes
And
another
the answer
snowball
is
in the
very
booth.
simply, when you play man coverage and receivers run streaks or way down the field, their coverage has to go with them, and no one is responsible for covering the quarterback. So when he got outside, Aikman had no one there.
That's the 25-yard gain. Aikman rolls out, sends it across the center, and it's quite up to the 40-yard line. That's another Dallas first down. Bernard Ford makes the grab. Cowboys will go without the huddle now. Troy Aikman with the hand signals, 15 of 28 for 118 yards. Nice pass to the 40. James Dixon, another Dallas first down. And they go with 1:16 remaining.
Ask yourself the question, how in the world does this happen at the end of the game? But all the Eagles are doing is let him have it, let him get it, let him move it, keep the clock going.
Right. Fumble. There's the first turnover of the game for Dallas, and the streak continues for the Philadelphia Eagles. That is the 52nd takeaway of the season and the 25th fumble recovery. So Philadelphia will get it back. Now it'll be interesting to see if they throw the ball again.
Stepnowski, a rookie center, started his first game last week, and one of the things that you just don't allow, you never have, quarterbacks and centers should never have a problem with quarterback exchange. And that time, I can't see what happened, but I would only think that either the snap was a little bit late and Aikman pulled out, or it was just a bad exchange for just no apparent reason.
1:01 to go. And Cunningham hands it off this time. Fires out to the 43-yard line. The coordinating producer of the NFL on CBS is Charles H. Milton III. Today's game was produced by David Michaels. The game directed by Andy Kindle, and the executive producer of CBS Sports is Ted Shaker. Coming up next, most of you will watch the Giants against Denver, and others will see Phoenix and the Los Angeles Raiders. 54 seconds remaining, and timeout has been called by the Cowboys. They've got one left. Buddy Ryan's team about to win their 10th of the season and go 10-4. Again, they go to New York next Saturday. Other finals: Minnesota over Atlanta, Kansas City beat Green Bay, Detroit beat Chicago, Houston over Tampa Bay, Seattle leading Cincinnati by 7, and Pittsburgh blanks the Jets in New York 13-0. New Orleans edges Buffalo, as Brent showed you a while ago. Washington over San Diego by 5. Giants and Denver still scoreless in the first quarter, so are Phoenix and the Raiders. Second down and 7. Anthony Toney with 48 seconds to go. Jerome Brown lined up as a running back on that play. Number 99, look, he's the fullback, the blocking back.
He's the lead back. And does a good job, gets through the hole. They should have given him the ball as he comes through the hole and doesn't really block anybody. That's got to be different. Being a tackle and all of a sudden being a blocking back.
Now Brown comes out. Miller Lite players of the game today. Jim Jeffcoat of Dallas, who at last count had 10 tackles. Reggie White of Philadelphia, who had 2 sacks. They've been chosen as the Miller Lite players of the game and qualify for Player of the Week honors. A $1,000 donation will be made by the Miller Brewing Company on behalf of the players to United Cerebral Palsy. There's Jim Jeffcoat having a terrific game. He had a good game on Thanksgiving Day against this team. Now we've got 3rd down. Reggie White, the other recipient of the honor. 3rd and 6. And Jerome Brown's one shot at running the football a la the fridge is apparently gone by the wayside. Byers. It'll be 4th down. The Cowboys cannot stop the clock. I got to tell you what a joy it is to come to Philadelphia and stand here and dodge ice balls, not snowballs, but ice balls, about 25 of which have been thrown into the booth in the last 3 minutes. This is really fun.
Well, you see where I'm doing the game, don't you?
Yeah, about 6 feet back.
I'm way back behind the wall here because 3 have already hit me in the top of the head.
I had an abscess tooth and had a dental appointment last Monday that didn't last this long. You can see where we are, and then right below us, a group of about 6 or 7. Here comes another one flying out. Watch it, David. Cowboys lose it. Philadelphia wins 20-10. Next Sunday on CBS, NFL action. CBS Sports coverage will continue after this.